My name is Ghafari and I'll explain the question number 3.
So the next question is question 3. A study is conducted to determine if there is a relationship between sex and social class. The cross-classification table with 600 respondents is presented in table 3 below. So we get the table cross-tabulation, sex versus social class. We got two sex, male and female, and the social class A, B, C, D, and this is the total of the both categories. And use the chi-square test to determine if variable sex of respondent and social class of respondent are related of each other. Use 5% level of significance. So we get the solution in here. First thing, we know that alpha is 0.05. Using the chi-square, we have to write the hypothesis 0. Sex variable and social class is independent or not associated significantly. For the hypothesis 1 is sex variable and social class is dependent or associated significantly. And for the test of statistics, independent test and chi-square test. For the number of row is 3 and number of column is 4. And we get the formula EIJ as NI times HG divided by N. So first is E11. 3 equals to 300 times 65 divided by 600. We get the number from here. 300 times 65 divided by 600. And we get E12 is 300 times 330 divided by 600. We get from here 300 times 330 divided by 600, and we get the result 165. So we do the same formula with the different number for the next E13 until E24 from this table, and then after we get the result from each of E, we write the O11 is 35. From here we write down below the data. So 35 150 is from here. And next step is to the formula x square. So the x square is the sigma R1 equals I equals 1 and sigma j equals 1 into the C from the OIG minus EIG square divided by EIG. So x square we get the from here 35 minus 32.5. 35 we got from here O11 minus E11 square divided by 32.5. So we divide it with E11 plus so on, the same formula but different number from here, from the data here and from the E data. So we get the x square is 6.334. And then next is critical area and test criteria, and the real alpha we get 0.05, and degree of freedom, the formula is v equals I minus 1 times j minus 1. So we get the v is 2 minus 1 times 4 minus 1. So v, we get the result is 3. And from the x square table, we get the 7.815. And then we do the test criteria. We reject the hypothesis 0 if x squared bigger than equals 7.815, and we accept the hypothesis 0 if x squared less than 7.815. So after all of this, we do the calculation and we accept the hypothesis 0 because x squared is 6.334, which is less than 7.815. So we conclude that sex variable and social class is independent or not associated significantly from the we make the hypothesis at the first time. So I think that's all for the number 3.